we are very passionate about spiritual science. And the path of meditation was introduced to us, to me particularly, when I was a student, 1989, I was third year medical student at that time. I met Brahmarshi Pitamaha Patriji. That's how I learned meditation, how to meditate. My deep reverence, respects, gratitude to Pitamaha Patriji. Without him, my life would have been somewhere in the pursuit of money and name and fame and being very arrogant, stupid. I would have ended my life that way. So I'm very, very fortunate that I have come across this grand master. I can say that I have not met anyone of that caliber anywhere in the world. Nowhere else, nowhere else. He is the epitome of all the spiritual wisdom. Vedavyasa, Valmiki Maharshi to all the sages of India, all the spiritual scientists around the globe, if we all combine to them, all of them in a mixture, in a grinder, that is Brahmarshi Pitamaha Patriji. I must say this because the contribution, the enormous contribution to this world is the gift that he has passed on to all of us, everyone around the globe. Anapana Sati meditation. A very simple practice. And he touched the hearts of people. He was such a divine instrument in bringing transformation in thousands and thousands of people around the globe. And during that time, my life was a mess. As a teenager, I had all kinds of addictions. I was born in a dysfunctional family. And no good relationship with my mother, nor with my father, nor with my siblings. It is a family where completely it is scattered and there's no connection. Only pretension was there, pretending to be everything is good and rosy and nice. That was the state of my, at that point of time when I was a teenager. So I was searching for answers. I was so angry at everything. So I used to show the anger towards myself, very self-destructive. So when I met Patriji, I had only few questions because I already read a book, Jonathan Livingston Seagull, written by Richard Bach. Some questions came into my mind. I want to be like Jonathan Livingston Seagull, this seabird, which tries to find the meaning of life by flying high. I thought, why can't I also really reach to great heights and find the meaning of my life? Why am I living here? What for? And in that pursuit, one fine day I met Patriji, and he's such a friendly master, I can say. He extended his helping hand. He shaken hand with me. I thought gurus will not shake hands. Gurus are very serious, dadiwala and kashaya robes, and they will not speak much. So all those things are shattered. He welcomed me and he taught me meditation. And the way that he received, the way he welcomed, the way he was interacting, and that really touched me. I met a great friend and a great guru and a great philosopher and guide. So from that time, my association with Patriji continued, and I kept on listening to him. So many spiritual science concepts that he used to give, that was my food for my soul. The soul food, I was looking for that. And such an inspiration that I received, and the main contribution of Patriji is about spiritual science. Don't blindly believe anything. He said, even don't believe me. Check for yourself. If meditation really working very well, you continue. Otherwise, drop the meditation. He never given any path. He only told to be like a scientist in spirituality. That's how, at that point of time, experimenting and testing and all that, reading spiritual books, because Patriji used to recommend so many spiritual books, and that's how it all began. So, in meditation, progressed a lot, but I had my own, flaws in my personality. I was an escapist and avoiding responsibilities. And I wore a spiritual mask at that time, like a meditator mask. Patriji calls everyone a master. I thought I became a master. Now, nothing need to be learned, and a mask I was wearing, a spiritual mask, but I was escaping from responsibilities. At that point of time, Dr. Lakshmi, she was my classmate in the medical college. So she was the second guru, who told that you are such a stupid. You are wearing a spiritual mask. You have to face the reality courageously. Don't run away from life. So she taught me the value of life, the beauty of life, the celebration of life. So I have very deep respect to these two wonderful masters, Brahmarshi Pitama Patriji and Dr. Lakshmi. There is a male ego, male arrogance will be there. I had that. I don't know about other men, but I had that. All that was chopped. It was there for my father, my grandfather. Men are superior, women are inferior. All that was completely, gone, vanished. And that was part of my introduction about my untold story. And whatever I heard, there's a good compliments. But I still consider myself not as a master, not Brahmarshi Chakravarti. It's a title. I think I don't still reach to that stage. I'm still a novice, still a learner. I am, baby steps I have taken. There's still much more to reach. My goal in this life is Brahmagyan. Till that moment, I'm going to meditate. I'm going to certainly reach that state one day. But I'm waiting for that. I continue to do my sadhana. So, I also request Dr. Lakshmi to speak few words. Yeah.
Namaskar, my dear friends. Atma Pranam. First of all, I want to appreciate, I want to congratulate the entire Buddha CEO Foundation team for their effort to bring everyone together onto this platform so that we can learn about how important mindfulness or meditation is in our lives. So, my dear friends, we call ourselves human beings. And today the topic is also about well-being. So, whether it is human being or well-being, there is being. So, as long as you are connected to your being state, your natural state, you can create anything. You can manifest anything. The minute you move away from your being state, you move away from your natural state. And you are not yourself anymore. And for the past 100, 200 years, we have been imitating the West. There are so many things we have to learn from the West. But the West is all about doing. Do this, do that, achieve this, achieve that. Whereas the Eastern philosophy, or especially in India, It's all about being, being, being. So, my dear friends, when we moved away from this being state to doing state, instead of human beings, we have become human doings. Human doings. And we started focusing so much on outside. And as children, we have received this conditioning that study well, do well, you have to earn money, you have to be successful. So it's all about outside, outside. So we started looking outside for everything. So I just want to share this small incident about a small boy and his father. This little boy was missing his father all the time because he used to get up early in the morning, the father, because he used to work in a software company, and he used to come home very late, almost 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and by that time, the little boy used to sleep. So the boy was never able to see his father, meet his father, spend time with his father. Even on Sundays, father was so busy. So one day, this little boy asked his father, "Dad, how come I don't see you? I see you very rarely. You never play with me. You don't spend time with me. Why are you doing this?" Then the father said, "You know, son, I have to work very hard." "Dad, why? Why do you need to work hard?" Then he said, "You know, I have to give a good life for you. If I don't work hard, then I can't earn money. I have to earn lots of money." Then the little boy asked, "What do you do with that money?" So then the father said, "I will send you to the best possible colleges, best possible university, so that you can be very successful in your life." Then again the little boy asked, "What will happen, Dad, after I become successful?" Then the dad said, "You can earn lots of money, you can do many things." Then again the little boy asked, "What will I do after earning lots of money? What will I do after doing lots of things, whatever I want?" Then dad said, "You'll be very happy. We can be very happy." Then this little boy said, "Why do we need to do all those things to be happy? Why can't we be happy right now?" Without knowing anything, without studying any philosophy, this little boy was so wise, my dear friends. Do you agree with me? He was so wise, because you don't need to do all that in order to be happy. Yes, definitely, you need to earn money, you need to be successful. Yes, that will bring you material comforts, that will make your life more comfortable, but not happiness, not joy, because that is inside you, not outside you. So when we realize this, then we connect to that being state. And yesterday, our dear Karthikeyanji was sharing about our beloved Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. He gets up early in the morning, he meditates, he does yoga, and he is an example of Rajarshi. Because every day, every morning, he is connecting to his being state. And from that being state, he is taking all the decisions. From that being state, he is doing everything. And he is the best example. And from that being state, what he has done, not only to India, to the world, he has done something impossible, he made it possible. We could never even imagine even in our dream that Ram Mandir will manifest, Ram will come back to us. But Ram has come back. Ram Lala is back. Something impossible became possible because he's acting from that being state. Maybe there are many good politicians, but we need politicians who take decisions from the being state. We need leaders who act from that being state. So my dear friends, if Ram Lalla has come, then Ram Raj has to come. And Ram Raj is only possible when we connect to the being state, my dear friends. And Ram is not one person. Ram is the consciousness, and Ram is there inside all of us. That consciousness is there inside all of us. So we all need to connect to that being state. Only from that being state we can take decisions, the right decisions. Only from that being state we can do impossible things. Impossible things are made possible. So that's why when Alexander the Great, he conquered the entire world and he was going back to his country, but he was still unhappy. He conquered the world. He was the emperor, but still unhappy inside. So when he was going back, he met a mystic, he met a master. He was just wearing a loincloth, but he was so happy. He was dancing in ecstasy. So Alexander Great was so surprised. How come I conquered the entire world, but I'm not happy? But this man, he has nothing, but he's dancing in ecstasy. What is the secret? He asked this mystic master. Then this master replied, you conquered the world outside, but I conquered the world inside. I conquered all my enemies. That's why I'm so happy from within and without. So my dear friends, it is so important for all of us to understand about that being state in order to be happy, in order to be joyful. So whether it is a country or an organization, when you are happy, when you connect to your being state, then your employees are happy. When your employees are happy, customers are happy. When your customers are happy, investors are happy. So it's a circuit, it's a circle. So my dear friends, today let us learn, understand about health is not just about the body. Even WHO says that it's not just absence of symptoms. And they have defined health as physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. So we need to work on ourselves at all these levels. So we need to look at our own thoughts, our own belief systems, and we need to connect to that being state, and that is the key for happiness, for health, for well-being. So may we all be happy, joyful. May we all connect to our being state, and may we all live our life with meaning and purpose, my dear friends. Over to Dr. Newton.
Yeah. May we all really have all the well-beingness, because that's the foundation. There is a deep well of beingness inside us, resources inside us. Like a well has that water. Sometimes we need to go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper till we get that water. Deep within us also there is a big well of resources, inner energy, a consciousness which is unlimited, and wisdom that is infinite. Everything exists inside that well. And if we tap into that well during meditation, we have that well-beingness. And this is such a beautiful journey. It's not one day, not 10 days, not 1 year, but sometimes it takes a lifetime of sadhana and practice. And we touch to that deep well-beingness. As Dr. Lakshmi told, it's not just the absence of illness which makes a person to be defined as a healthy being, a healthy person. But people who are having no illness but still they are very sick people. Their thoughts are very sick thoughts. They are insomniacs. They are aggressive. Their behaviors are erratic, very unpredictable, like animals sometimes. we can't call them as really healthy beings and really healthy. Every organization, every individual deserves health. It's the birthright of every human being to be healthy. Health is all the wealth, dear friends. The physical body is so important, very essential. Later on comes the spirituality. The first principle Patriji mentions also is about correction in the food, from non-vegetarianism to vegetarianism. The first basic, that's transformation need to be achieved. We need to really become vegetarians. Your body knows how to correct itself, repair itself. Vegetarian diet. So we'll be talking about these 7 sutras, 7 simple principles. They are like basics actually. We lack basics. We go into such great universal concepts which have no use. We are forgetting the basics. We need fundamentals. It has to be like ABCDs. We need to go into that, and even every student, every child need to know these 7 principles. So the first thing is, every healing is self-healing. We generally say, this medicine healed me, this herb healed me, this doctor healed me, or that great healer healed me, this master healed me. But unless you give permission to yourself, no amount of medicine, no amount of herbs, even a greatest guru keeps his hand, transmit the energy. If you reject, if you don't allow it to step into you, it won't heal you. Even on the most sophisticated medical technology, you will not be saved unless you give permission to yourself that I deserve all the well-beingness and the health. And I have a mission, I have a divine purpose to pursue in this current life. Till my purpose of life is complete, I will continue to live in this body with all the well-beingness. So unless someone gives permission, it won't happen, friends. Every healing is self-healing. The very second principle, or the continuation of this, illness is a deviation from our natural state. Whenever our body is the best indicator, our mind is also another indicator. Mind says a restless mind means we are deviating from our natural state. And our health, our physical body health, also an indicator. If there is pain in the body, if there is a fatigue in the body, if there is tiredness, dehabal, the strength in the body you're losing, then it is an indicator that we are not in our natural state. Till the last breath, even though we may age, but still one can have that dehabala, strength in the body. Why we lose that? Why we are lacking that energy which can be maintained? There are certain important things. We are deviating from our natural state in several ways. So whenever we have an illness or sickness, it's a call, a wake-up call to us. I need to restore, I need to come back to my natural state. And every healing is self-healing. First, we need to give ourselves the permissions to heal ourselves. We delay our own healing process. Every night when we are sleeping, and by morning we are waking up very fresh. All that, whatever tiredness, everything that we went through in the day-to-day life, everything gets completely over and you are recharged. By morning you are fresh. There is a distraction, there is a creation that's constantly happening. There is a homeostasis that's happening. There is a Brahma principle which is constantly creating new cells in your body. Repairing processes continuously happening. Mostly we do not know that it's happening. We are unconscious about it. But your body trillions of body cells, they constantly renew themselves. There's a repairing process which is continuously happening whether we are aware of it or not. The constantly dead cells are eliminated. Our kidneys, our intestines, our urinary bladder, and many several ways there is an elimination of all the wastage from our body. It's happening continuously. There is also Vishnu principle, which is maintaining the balance between this catabolism and anabolism. A lot of destruction also is happening, lot of constructive, creative principle is also working. So Brahma, Shiva and Vishnu Tattva, the Trinity principles are constantly working to maintain constantly this healthy well-being state. And the second principle is the body is a sacred temple. Deho devalayo prokto, jivo devo sanatanaha. This deha is devalaya. This is a sacred temple. We consider this as some inferior and defective manufacturing piece, but it's not that. It's a sacred temple. It's a beautiful gift given from by our biological parents. They prepared in the womb of the mother. Our physical body is prepared, manufactured. The coding part, everything is given by the divine intelligence. But it's such a temple. We really make it so dirty and so we abuse this physical body. We think I have to starve to become enlightened. Buddha tried that experiment, starving himself. But he was like a skeleton and bones, and he was about to leave the body, and he was shouted and, given advice by one lady who fed Buddha with kheer and told, you will never achieve enlightenment if you kill your body. First, take care of your body. This is something very, very beautiful treasure. If we understand this body, we will be enlightened definitely. There's so much that we do not know about the sacredness of this body. It is sacred indeed, dear friends. Every single cell, if you go deep inside, there's a big universe existing. One small cell, if you go inside, there are a big universe. There's so many things, mitochondria, ribosomes, nucleus, and that, DNA, RNA. DNA contains again protein structures and amino acids, building blocks of this. And there is coding part. The coding of DNA coding is done by divine intelligence. Inside the womb, we were just two cellular beings, one ovum, one sperm, uniting and forming a zygote, and one single cell that we were 9 months before. See, within no time, you formed your head, your whole body became so huge inside the womb space. And such a miracle that we come out of the womb on one fine day with zest for life, with such excitement and completely looking forward, very passionate to live this life. So, dear friends, this body is sacred temple. There's so much divine intelligence, chaitanya, energy, shakti, prana shakti is working in every cell. And there is a coordination between all these trillions of body cells. There is no competition. Your cardiovascular cells will not compete with your nervous system cells. They have different roles. They understand my role is this. They don't interfere with each other. Endocrine system works completely in unison, in coordination, collaboration with all the rest of the body cells. Such a divine orchestration, a beautiful harmony that exists inside us. And dear friends, we have these notions that the body is inferior. Body is delaying my enlightenment. I have to suffer this body, make this body, neglect this body, disidentify this body. We think that way, but it's not true at all. It's unscientific to think that way. First, take care of the body. Give the right fuel to this body. Right fuel is vegetarian food. The food is most important. And slowly transition to vegan. I'm not yet a vegan, that's why I can't promote it. I drink milk, I eat ice creams, I like yogurt, I like sweets. But I'm vegetarian. Long back I was a non-vegetarian before coming into this meditation path. So, but I learned when I started meditating, I realized that it is such a food which makes us so tamasic, so aggressive, negative tendencies, laziness, and so much happens in the body because of the non-vegetarian food. Our health completely going to be disrupted. It's going to be messed up when we eat non-vegetarian food. As medical doctors, we can say that most of the illnesses are because the harm that is done to animals. We're eating that dead animals, eating the food, by killing the animals. That's why. That's the major cause of the illness.
I just want to share something.
Yeah.
So, my dear friends, vegetarianism is not only about food. Recently, somebody asked me this question. Yes, definitely vegetarian food is good, but we have seen many vegetarians, they are very violent.
Hitler is a great example.
Hitler is a great example. Hitler was a vegetarian. But how come he was so violent and he is the cause of a world war? He actually inspired so many people. So, my dear friends, here we just need to understand non-violence is not only about our food, practicing it, but you need to also work on your thoughts. Yes, you are a vegetarian, but are you a vegetarian at the mental level? Are you practicing non-violence in your words, thoughts, deeds? So, my dear friends, it's evolution. You have to evolve. Yes, that's wonderful. The basic step is you have to eat vegetarian food. But you also need to work on your thoughts, your belief systems, and you have to practice non-violence. The words you speak, the way you behave, the thoughts you think, everything should be transformed. And you need to work at all those levels. Yeah.
The first basic step is the sattvic diet. The enough research was done across the globe about sattvic food, how it creates sattvic thoughts, sattvic behaviors, good behaviors. And particularly, Dr. Lakshmi was emphasizing on this fact that taking this not only from the food to even behavioral level, non-violent communication, non-violent behaviors, non-violent even any kind of expressions, so essential, so important. It all comes under the well-beingness, dear friends. Well-beingness is not just healthy in the body only, the well-beingness in every aspect of our life. So, the third sacred principle that we're going to look at, so more you appreciate and thank your body, more it really will be healthy, and more it responds to your attention, to your love that you show to your body. Paying attention to your body. Your body is feeling tired, but you make it work so hard sometimes. It is asking you to rest, but we override. We don't give rest to the body. and we have pain in the leg, immediately we take a painkiller. But the pain is a messenger. It is telling you to look at that, learn something from that body part. But we are ignoring all the messages that are given by the body. Every illness is a message, actually. It's asking us to change something in our beliefs, in our mind, in our emotional field. We are ignoring all that. Most of the illnesses are emotional illnesses. All that suppressed, ununderstood, unresolved emotions which result into illnesses. So, the body consciousness has exuberance, vitality, and creativity. Everyone, each one, their body just can be so abundantly healthy. It is our natural state. You look at a child restores any health issue very quickly than an adult. Any animal, if you look at that, and any animal, they become sick for 2 days, but they restore their health so quickly. Why? Why not a human being, an adult? Because we mess up, because we have a mind which is very crazy mind, a restless mind. In this mind which is programmed with so many thoughts, we don't understand this mechanism of the mind. There are many beliefs which are rotten beliefs, negative beliefs we hold. We have so many viewpoints which are very negative, very limiting. So, meditation and spiritual path, spiritual science, it will stretch our consciousness where we realize that our consciousness has no beginning and no end. Your life did not begin with birth and will not end with the death. Before you are born, you are there. After your death, you will also be there. So you have direct experiences during meditation which makes you realize that. But your body responds to it. Body knows how to repair itself. So the third important principle, body is constantly speaking to us, is whispering to us. So someone got some problem with thyroid, and the body is whispering. The thyroid gland, which is not functioning well, is stopped producing enough thyroid hormone. It's telling something about you. So we need to listen to the body, communicate with the body. Illness is an indirect teacher. We consider illness as an enemy. We want to throw the enemy out. We want to conquer. We want to fight with the enemy. More you fight, more the illness will stay. It's better that we accept, we consider, we bow down to the illness. Thank you, my dear illness. Thank you for being there. I'm ready to learn my lesson. What is my lesson? What is the message that you're giving? So thyroid, for example, is the hormone which makes our body to metabolize very fast. When we don't have sufficient T3 and T4 thyroid hormones, what happens is our metabolism slows down. Someone who is always running in their life, this thyroid gland is like a brake. The car needs brake. Why? Because we race, otherwise we run and run fast, very fast, is applying a brake. Your thyroid hormone understands that this fellow is going too fast in life.
Slow down.
Slow down is the message. So, this amazing mechanisms, every body part is doing something very well for the welfare of the whole body well-beingness. Every illness is a message. So, my dear friends, there is a way to communicate with the body. If you trust your body gives you all that information about how to correct yourself, how to really restore your health. We have been working in this field, integrating spiritual science into medical science. That's our expertise. We were medical doctors, but we believe the limitations of medical science, existing medical science. We realized that the spiritual path, meditation, and also we've found so many other methodologies which really make us understand what is going on inside us and learning our lessons. So we'll be sharing more about it. And the fourth important sutra is you are the creator of your own health. Nobody will give you a blessing and you will be blessed with the health. By nobody cursing you will not become sick. Generally we have this misunderstanding that disease means it's a curse. I'm cursed. The God cursed because I did not worship the God. God is not giving me the health. We think that my ill health is because of the bacteria and virus and fungi. Though they show up in the body when diseased condition, but it's not the true cause. Actually, all bacteria and viruses are very helpful for the human being. They're very important in the ecosystem. Without them, we will not actually have proper health. We all know that about the gut health. Nowadays, we talk a lot about it. There are some lactobacillus, which when we don't have sufficient of this lactobacillus, you have all the vitamin deficiencies. You can properly digest and assimilate. All the bacteria and virus, if we really understand, they're all helpful only. Just like a farmer plowing the land and they make the land fertile. And there are many microbes they want. Microbes also doing agriculture. The same way, this body also contains millions of bacteria and virus. Shaking hand, your 1.5 lakh bacteria getting exchanged. And hugging, much more, 25 lakhs of bacteria and virus by hugging. But nobody is getting sick by that. Only our fear that is introduced into us, that this bacteria is very dangerous, coronavirus is dangerous, you will die. All that is like nothing but a conflict, psychological conflict. Many people died because of this conflict. Media which created such havoc, panic in people. There is called death fright conflict, fear of dying conflict, which affects the lungs. Many people landed in the hospital during COVID time and they have to get this pneumonia. Pneumonia is just because death fright conflict. There's so many conflicts which we generate because of the situations that goes on around us, and people blame virus. COVID virus there's nothing called COVID virus actually. Scientists could not even identify the structure. Whatever they're seeing is exudates, some kind of protein secretion of that. Till now it's a mystery. So dear friends, we are creators of our own illnesses also. Not conscious mind, but your subconscious mind is creating every illness. If God has created this illness to you in your body, only God can heal you. But we don't throw the responsibility to the God. It's you created the illness. Even you may ask me why children are born with some illnesses, congenital disorders. How can you explain that? There is a deep spiritual science about it. As a soul, we choose some limitations.
I just want to share something about responsibility. Yeah. So actually, Dr. Newton was sharing about the thyroid problem. So this lady came to me and she said, I have this problem. I have a thyroid problem and I take L-troxin every day. So I just asked her, do you have any problem with your expression? Immediately she said, yes. When I was a child, whenever I was trying to express something, I was told, just stop. You just can't say certain things. You just can't cry like this. So always my expression was suppressed. And even today, after growing up, I'm an adult myself, I'm very independent, but still I can't express. I can't express my feelings. I can't express my thoughts. I can't express my ideas. It's very difficult for me. So my dear friends, thyroid is also about expression. So whatever happened to you in your childhood has also created certain blocks And this thyroid is trying to give you a message that, come on, you're not able to express. That's your problem. Work on it. You have every right to express yourself, express your ideas, express your thoughts. So my dear friends, if you don't realize that, if you don't understand that, you will keep on, taking that pill every day, the thyroid medicine every day. Because doctors say you have to take it lifelong. So you're just working on it very superficially. Like taking that medicine will help you to just maintain your thyroid levels. But you're not addressing to the root cause, the root problem. So I just remember this joke about Mullah Nasruddin. One day he read this announcement from a company. They want to hire an employee. And they have written, the conditions are, you need to be very responsible, a very responsible person. So he just went for the interview, and the boss was interviewing him, and he said, you have written, I am a very responsible person. How can you say that you are a responsible person? So Mullah Nasruddin immediately answered, you know, sir, I worked in many companies before, almost 10 companies. Whenever something wrong happened, they all said, you're responsible for that. So when Dr. Newton says, you're responsible for your illness, we don't take responsibility for our illness. We blame our family, we blame our parents, we blame your husband, your wife, you blame your mother-in-law, you blame the situations, you think they are responsible for your illness. No.
Even we blame our past.
Yes.
We say, because of my past lives, some karma, I did some sin, that's why I'm suffering now. We do not know the truth. We need to explore the truth. And dear friends, we are all creators of our own reality, whether we believe it or not. Not some of it, not all of it, but every bit of our reality is created by us. So, more we understand the spiritual science, Adhyatmika Shastra, it tells this singular truth. Ya mati sa gatir bhavet. Means whatever is mati, your gati will be determined based on that. Mukto bhimani mukto hi. Baddho baddho manyapi. Kim vadanti satyeva. Ya mati sa gatir bhavet. Whoever is desiring to be enlightened, they will be enlightened. If you are desiring money, you will get money. Whatever based on your desires, you will be achieving that. You create your own reality. Constantly we are doing that. Even we are creating sickness in the body, we are creating health in the body. All that is our own creations. We have to really take ownership of our own creations. Understand that nobody else is responsible. So, dear friends, the next sutra. So, with our beliefs, we are creating our realities. Constantly, we have so many beliefs. Beliefs sometimes unexamined. There's so many beliefs which are invisible. You have sunny thoughts, you create sunny reality. You have dark thoughts, you create dark reality. You have sick thoughts, you create sick reality. As is your thought, so is your reality. It's a simple principle. We all know that. We can test it, we can see that in play in our daily life. Go on thinking that I will get cancer because my grandfather has got, my father got cancer. I will get, when I reach 40 years, I get cancer. I'll die when I reach 50 years. Go on thinking that same thought like a mantra, bound to happen. And sometimes these mantras are repeated like these negative beliefs, negative thoughts in the subconscious, not conscious mind. Consciously you are okay. You become a positive thinker. You think, oh, I am such a positive person. I don't even, when a negative thing also happens, I push that thought away and I become positive in that moment. But subconsciously, you're still carrying many negative beliefs. There are some core beliefs which are still need to be transformed. Spiritual science is about that. Chitta Vritti Nirodha. When we are talking the definition of Patanjali Maharshi about meditation, Chitta Vritti Nirodha. We are first eliminating all the thought process. We are going into a no thought, no mind state during meditation. But still subconscious mind is operating. So Chitta Vritti Nirodha is another stage during deep meditation states. People reach to that Antar Suddhi. Even Chitta Vrittis also is going to be totally ceased at one stage of meditation. So it's very gradual process and a progressive journey during meditation. So the core beliefs which will be also examined by your own consciousness during meditation. You'll realize that I was believing I'm not good enough, I don't deserve good health, I did some past karma, I need to go through some kind of things, limitations now. All these are beliefs. By going through some suffering, you will not be enlightened. People have these notions, negative thoughts, negative beliefs, wrong views. The karma gets neutralized. Even the greatest papi in the world, only by allowing the soul's wisdom to come and touch them, all the sins will be washed off, not the other way. Jnanagni dagdha karmanam. With only wisdom of the soul, the karmic seeds are burnt. They don't germinate again. So people may suffer and suffer multiple lives, but still the karma may not get neutralized. That's why our aim during meditation path or spiritual science is to awaken the wisdom within, to know who you really are. That is the ultimate purpose during meditation. These are all toffees and chocolates, like your pain relief that you get during meditation. My migraine got completely cured. It's a small chocolate, but the greater thing in meditation is to be enlightened, awaken the wisdom within. That's the ultimate goal. With that, you get all the well-beingness, spiritual well-beingness. The punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam happens. Repetition of the cycles of birth and death happens till we awaken that inner wisdom. There's no way, other way. So, dear friends, our core beliefs form the bedrock of our mind from which our thoughts take birth. So, there is a lot of antar suddhi. It's a part of the meditation. It keeps happening every time we meditate. Antar suddhi. Later on, so many experiences of your soul that we go through, which will enlighten us, which will give us direct experience to us. So the fifth principle, a very, very important principle called life urge versus death urge. Urge to die is called death urge. What is this? Urge to die. People were programmed with the deathist software. We think more about death than the life. If we notice, more thoughts are, either negating death, oh, I don't want to die soon. We think more about death. We are fearing death. So, nowadays people are dying just 45, 50 years. Many people getting heart attacks, failures, some organ failures are happening. Why it is that? So many illnesses, chronic illnesses at a very younger age. There is death urge to go away from this planet. Why there is a hurry to go away from this planet? It's a beautiful planet Earth. As long as we stay, we need to really celebrate. We need to enjoy this planet Earth. And instead of death urge, we need to have life urge. Urge to live passionately and compassionately. It's so important. And we don't need to die soon. Death has become such a bad habit to people. Many lifetimes we come back, within 30 years we vacate the body. Premature death. Again, come back, again soon. After coming here, we see the suffering, the subconscious mind gets triggered. Oh, no, I don't want to continue my life. I want to go away. More suicidal thoughts. We are in a hurry to die. But face all the challenges in life. You have all the inner resources. You are equipped with everything to handle any kind of intense situations of your life. Till your last breath, continue facing any situation. You are a warrior. You are an enlightened, peaceful warrior. You can face anything in life. So life urge makes you dance in life, sing in life, celebrate in life, and you really create well-beingness. School and study in the college, university, again join from the childhood. Instead of dying 100 years, why not we extend it to 150 years or 300 years? When Mahathir Babaji could do that, why not we? What's the difference between Babaji and we? There's no difference. He has done sadhana, reached pinnacle. He is a living example. There are many yogis in Himalayas who are immortals, who are still alive. I met one immortal. And it is possible for all of us. We need to tell ourselves, our body selves, that I will live a long, long time till I complete my purpose of life in a very healthy and abundant manner. Body cells.
Let us realize how much, right? Because we have been conditioned, we see death everywhere. And we hear that from reaching 70, you'll all die. After reaching 50, you will get the knee pains or you will get heart attacks. So we see that, my dear friends. So it is so important for us to realize how much life urge we all have, so that we can work on that death urge, so that we can fill ourselves, fill each and every cell in our body with that life force and life urge. So shall we do a process now?
Yes, we can do a process. This is called life and death process. And the slide we can have. And we are tilted more towards death instead of life. So life urge is the key to life. We need to ourselves subconsciously tell ourselves this is the intention that I'm going to live for a longer time. With that, on your left side, we represent symbolically the death. On your right side, have this. On one side, death is waiting. On the other side, the life is waiting. We always make a choice. So, as you close your eyes, my dear, and bring your attention to your body, sacred body, the body which is a temple for the soul of you. Right now, pay attention to your inhaling and exhaling, your normal, natural breathing process. As you go on observing, notice that your thoughts in the mind are becoming lesser and lesser. Notice the gaps between the thoughts in your mind. There's gaps in the mind, gaps between thoughts enlarge. Give yourself the permission to understand about your inclination towards life and inclination towards death. Right now, as you notice your mind becoming still and calm and quiet, on your left side, the death is just there. It's waiting. And I would like you to just turn your neck a little bit towards left side. Not too much, not strain too much, but a little bit to the left side. And as if you are gazing, looking at the death. This death may symbolically appear to you in its own form, shape. It doesn't matter how you represent this death as. But there is death waiting 6 foot away from you. And as you look at the death through the eyes of the death, you will start remembering all the people in your life who already vacated the body. Your family, your friends, our neighbors, very deep, intimate relationships and people. Many people, they suddenly show up through the eyes of the death. You're looking at the realm of dead people. After death, they reach that place and you're looking at all of them. You will notice that there is a pull towards death. There's a feeling in you that, oh, all of them, they lost life. I also wanted to go there. How can I continue my life when these loved ones moved on? They left this planet Earth. You look at all of them. Internally, from your heart, you're saying to them, even though you are gone, I really missed you. I really miss you, your physical presence. Even though you're gone, I have something to complete here in life. I have something to complete. I have my purpose, my mission. You can say to the death that wait for me. One day after completing my life purpose and mission, I come back. And you say all your family members who already passed on and all friends, one day I will join you. Not a moment before. After completion of this life, I will join you all. And at this moment, your neck, you can come back to the center. And towards your right, there is life waiting for you. Just towards right, your neck can be tilted towards your right side, where you're looking at life, which is awaiting. Look at the life which came to you as a gift when you have taken this incarnation cycle, when you stepped into the mother's womb, when you're born as a newborn. You say to the life that I have not fully embraced you. I have not fully welcomed you. I have not fully lived. But I realize now that you're waiting for me with all the respect, with all the urge, impulse, passion, compassion. Start connecting to the life. And your mother, father, who gifted you this life, you say, dear mother, dear father, thanks for this beautiful gift of life that you passed on. I make it the best. I live very well in your honor. I stay in this body, continue for a long time, and be of service on this planet Earth. Thank you, dear mother, dear father. At this point of time, take this life force into you. At this moment, you can slowly return to the center. Your head can be brought to the center again. With all the gratitude, gratefulness to the life, appreciation, love for the life, and notice your breath. And say to all your trillions of body cells, body parts, body organs, that we live longer life. Because it's our birthright to stay for a longer time so that we can live fully, complete all the projects. Feel in your body this life urge, completely aligned. In body, mind, heart, soul, and the greater soul, in perfect alignment. One more moment, one more minute. Whenever you are ready now, you may rub your palms and you may slowly place them on your eyes for a few moments. Before opening your eyes, you can smile from your heart and let it radiate throughout your body. Whole body smiling, and the smile showing up on your face. And with a joy and smile, you may open your eyes slowly. Warm welcome, dear friends. Welcome. So, the fifth sutra about life urge and death urge. And we changed that in our software. We are upgrading our software in the mind. There are some bugs, viruses in our software. Now we are updating that death is optional, actually. There's no need to die soon. And slide. Yeah. The fifth sutra, and now we go to the sixth one, and the seventh one. After that, we'll be completing. So to recap, the first sutra is the health is our natural state. Every healing is self-healing. The second sutra is body is a sacred temple. And the third sutra is body is speaking and communicating with us. And the fourth one, I've forgotten. What is the fourth one? You are the creator of your own health, and you are the creator of your own illness. And the fifth one is about life urge and versus death urge. And the sixth one, the root cause of any illness is ignorance about self. The self in us, the real self, the self which is non-physical self, which is residing in this body, we don't know that self. We know physical self, body self. We know the emotional self. We know the mental self. The self which is expressed in many different ways. But that self which we know will liberate us. If we know that self, the real self in us, liberates us from all that, whatever the sickness, ignorance, many, many limitations that we go through in our life. So this is the sixth sutra. What is that knowingness within us which need to be activated, which need to be awakened, which is already there? Only we are in the sleeping state. We are all sleeping Buddhas. Now we become awakened Buddhas. And of course we are all Buddhas. Some are in sleep, some are awakened, some are in the middle. So the root cause of any illness is because we do not know why the illness is coming. Why we are creating these illnesses? What is the spiritual science behind it? So we found that there are 4 different ways that sources of these conflicts which generates illnesses in the body. All illnesses are psychosomatic. Every illness is originating in the mind and it is expressed through the body as symptoms. So childhood is first source of origin that we need to understand. There's so many that we have found cases where people could recover completely after they could understand the conflicts which were originating from the childhood, and some from the womb, in utero, right in the womb. You are very much alive. Even people could go into single cell state. Still there is life, there is consciousness there. Even though they have not fully occupied in the body, they are registering everything what's going on. For example, you are born during war time. In the womb, you are in the womb. There's so much of uncertainty your mother and father going through. That also affects you. Just like in our own stories from the ancient scriptures, Abhimanyu and so many other stories that we keep hearing, there is a pre-birth communication. Communication happens between parents and the child inside the womb. Everything is absorbed by the child. Unless parents also convey this message, generally they go through all the limitations here.
I just want to share one case study quickly. Yeah. This case study is about one of our students. He's very successful in his life. He earned lots of money. And he travels to more than 100 countries, established some organization. Everything is so wonderful in his life. But sometimes he gets these panic attacks, anxiety, and sometimes even to that extent like a breakdown. Sometimes that rage comes up, that anger comes up, and he doesn't know why. So my dear friends, when he did the inner child work, he went back to his childhood. And in his childhood, it was completely dysfunctional family because his parents, actually his grandfather had to come from Pakistan during partition time. So he had to leave everything. They were very rich in Pakistan, But during the partition time, they have to leave everything, all the money or everything, the house, and they had to come to India. His grandfather left everything like that, and he came to India with his little son. That is his father. So when his father came to India, he had nothing. He had to start from zero. So much of poverty and so many problems. And his father used to drink every day. He was an alcoholic. Because he had to deal with so many problems, and we don't know how to deal with our problems, so we get addicted. And for him, it was alcohol. He was drinking alcohol every day, coming home and hitting his mother every day, abusing his mother every day. And this little boy was watching this scene every day, almost every day. Father drinking alcohol, coming home, hitting the mother. Every day it was something like a panic. What's going to happen today? What's going to happen today? That was the state in which this child was brought up. And the father used to always say, he used to show his son, and he used to say, he is my currency note. He is my currency note. He is my currency note. One day, he will become so rich, and he will fulfill my dream. That's what this father used to say every day to this child. So after a while, what happened? This pain was too much. This trauma was too much. So this boy disconnected from his feelings, because that's the only way he could survive. And he started excelling in his studies. He started doing very well. He started, at the age of 20, he started a business, and he became so successful. So my dear friends, when we just look at his life, we might think, oh, he's so successful. He has so much money, and he has everything. But actually what he is going through inside is so much of pain, so much of anger. So when he worked on his childhood blocks, he could come out of this. He could let go of all this trauma, all this pain, and now he is at peace with himself. So that's how our conflicts, they start from the childhood, from the in utero stage. So for the past 30 years, we have been studying this. So apart from meditation, all these tools are so helpful for us to recognize those conflicts, to work on our belief systems, so that we can create that happiness, we can create joy in our life.
So my father also had a dream that he wanted me to become a doctor. But it's my father's dream. I realized that it's not my dream to be a medical doctor. So what I did is I gone beyond that. I, of course, did not betray my father. I also fulfilled his dream by becoming a doctor, but I became a soul doctor. And that's my dream. My personal dream is to help people, not from just physical body, treating the, doing surgeries and all that, but even much beyond that. So, dear friends, the last final sutra is consciousness heals. Chandraji has been doing such amazing work. No words for me to tell that passion that he had. He's my friend, not from this lifetime, but many lifetimes. I recognize one lifetime where I can say that is a Chanakya in the ancient Takshashila University. Is a Chanakya. He's a great master and a great leader. No doubt why this entire mission of, making this big conference and also a big, Buddha Seva Foundation is such amazing, with ideas, vision, mission is created. So consciousness heals. This is what he talks about. So we all can heal. And if we understand our consciousness, which is non-local and which is not just residing in this body, but it's everywhere. Our consciousness is all-pervading, actually. It has no limitations whatsoever. And it's non-linear. We are also non-linear beings, beyond time-space beings. That's why we are time travelers. We can do time safaris. And more we loosen up from this Stula Sharira, the Sukshma Sharira is completely free to navigate anywhere, explore, understand who we really are. The main goal of all these experiences is to realize who we really are. Some they realize without these experiences, but some they need these soul experiences. And health is the fruit of all the whatever the work of the consciousness that you do. More you realize about your consciousness, the primordial consciousness, the Mula Chaitanya, which is residing you as a Jivatma in you, you will have the fruit called well-beingness. So, dear friends, the quantum science was telling us about all these through the research, observer particle, observer principle. As an observer, you affect the reality constantly. As you focus, as you intend, the whole energy is channeled towards that, to mobilize all the forces of the universe, to manifest, co-create. So, we're not only creating our own personal reality, we're co-creating realities at the same time. And finally, we wish you all great health, well-beingness, and also the greatest well-beingness comes from your own enlightenment.
So before we just close, my dear friends, may we all get up?
Stand for
Stand.
a while. Yeah.
And maybe some dance music.
Some can music be played?
Okay.
Dance music.
So we just breathe out whatever is not needed for us. All the conflicts, all the negative beliefs, all the conditioning. So just take a deep breath, and this, with this intention to release all that symbolically, we just say,
Okay. Okay.
and now we just close our eyes for a moment, visualizing, imagining that greater source above us. Imagine a huge ball of light just above your head. And you can feel all the life force coming from that source. The divine, the God source. And you can feel that life force, that unconditional love, that joy, that happiness coming to you in the form of a beam of light. And you can feel that life force entering your body, entering into each and every cell of your body. Feel that life force, feel that life energy. Because that source is the source of everything. The source of unconditional love, unconditional joy, unconditional happiness. And you are nothing but that divine source. Feeling this connection with your divine source. Feeling this life force in each and every cell of your body. Each and every cell in your body is vibrating with this life energy, with this life force, with this enthusiasm, connecting to your life's purpose. Now just open your hands and receive as much grace as possible. Because this source is abundant. How much ever you can receive, how much ever you can hold, just receive. Opening your hands, opening yourself fully, receiving all the abundance of happiness, joy, peace. And with this abundance, let us move ahead into our future. Just take few steps forward, 1 or 2 steps, it's okay, just symbolically. Receiving the blessings from all our ancestors, from our parents, all the strength we have received. Let us move to the future, towards our purpose of life, experiencing this well-beingness at all levels, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Let there be peace. Let there be joy. Let there be happiness on this planet Earth. Feeling so grateful.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed.
Feeling so blessed.
I am so
Feeling so grateful
I am so
for life.
for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. Are the heart. You are the hands. You are the voice.
So, my dear friends, you can just turn to your friend standing next to you, and you can say, I'm so blessed.